Mike. Hello and welcome back to another stream. I think this is the fourth one in a row. We're really on a roll. Today we're doing yet another different thing. We're going to be playing Factorio. Now, don't be scared now if you've watched me before. I won't be becoming an only factory game streamer. I did actually once play Satisfactory today, but I feared that would scare away too many people. So instead we're going to play Factorio. You can probably already hear the audio in the background. I've deliberately put that on just to set the mood. More likely, I just haven't figured out copyright-free audio tracks yet. But let's head straight into the game screen. And now I can... yeah, there we go. It switched over immediately. Okay. This won't be very serious. This will be a very non-serious play. I'm going to play without enemies on enemy bases. And we're just going to sort of screw around for an hour or two and play a Factorio. Let's see, what have we got? What kind of map have we got? Pretty good looking map. Parts separated, thankfully. I didn't check the seeds, so. Do we have any rocks? I don't see any rocks. There's a rock over there, no coal in it. No rocks. Ah, there's some rocks over there. Let's go get them first. It's always good to get some rocks first. And this will be a little bit challenging for me because I've got a big webcam in front of my face blocking half my view. But the challenge of this game is... not too much. The challenge of this game is talking while playing it. It's a very thinking game, lots of focusing. So we'll see how we do with that. Okay, let's put down... No, I want to get that other stone. The more stone you pick up earlier on, the better off you are. It's always good to pick up lots of stone early on. Specifically the stone that has coal in it. That's what you want. That way you don't have to mine coal early on. Looks like that's all we're going to get as far as rocks go. Pick up a couple of these. Now we're gonna put down some miners on the thing. Let's see, we can probably already start making stuff. Oh, we need iron. Oops. There we go. Alt mode, alt. There we go. There we go. But we're not going to get very far. I suspect we'll get up to green science. And that'll be about it. Sorry, green. Yeah. Is it green science or is it yellow science? I think it's green science. I'm colorblind, you see. I can never tell the difference. It's the second science. I don't think we'll get to chemical science. We'll see though. We'll see though. Depends on how much fun I have. But I usually don't get very far. Okay. While we wait for those to go, we'll chop down some trees. The early game is always very slow, but because it's simple, I can probably talk a bit while I do it. So last time, when I streamed last time, before I quit, I did a lot of Satisfactory streams, and frankly, they were a bit boring. There are a few people who do mainly Factorio, but they either play it with friends, in which case it's a lot of fun, or they're so good at the game that they can talk while playing it. And the gameplay itself is very high level, but I was none of those things. So I think my Satisfactory streams were very boring. And had I played Factorio the same, it would have been the same. It would have been the same. So we're gonna sort of try to avoid that this time. We have to get some stuff from these. Let's see. Trying to figure out how we want to do this. Like so. Okay. Now we're gonna move immediately onto making coal. We'll do the little coal snake. We need one coal. We need one coal to put in it. To get it going. And then we'll have infinite coal. And we'll have to go put a little box for... Is this stone? This is stone, yes. We'll have to go move up to the copper as well at some point. Not going to fill those up. Did I pick up? I did pick up, wow. Oh, we're out of stone already. Okay. Box, box, box. Ah, these aren't aligned. There we go. I'm already doing a bad job of speaking, but yeah, the last time we did this, we didn't speak enough. We really didn't speak enough. That was the big problem, and you know it's a natural problem of the Factorio genre. You've got to be really good to be able to speak while playing it, and we didn't do that. So in general, I think I won't stream this game very much because I think unless you meet those like other things, it's not very popular. you want it to be exciting. But it is a fun game. It is a fun game, and I do want to stream it because I want to find friends who play it. I want to find people who play the game, who like the game. That was a problem I had before. There was I didn't have anyone who liked the game. In fact, most of the people I was talking to, they really didn't like the game. I didn't enjoy that. So I have to sort of... So I'm gonna sort of advertise myself to put myself out there. But I suppose I should just sort of speak a little bit about Factorio. It's a really good game. It's a really good game, I think. It's very addicting. But it's addicting in a good way, I think. I feel like it's oh, we've got to turn that wall on. There we go. It's a very I wouldn't say it's beneficial for your life. Definitely not. It wastes a lot of time, and it is just a game. But it is a good game. It's a game that sort of it does keep you a bit sharp. I think there's a positive aspect to that in that sense, and I think that makes it worth playing. Okay, we can start putting down a couple more of these. Need more coal. It's not a big part of my life. I will say it's not important to me. But it is a game I enjoy, and I play very few games. The only other game I play is Phantom Forces on Roblox. And I don't really care about that one. That game is very it's not good. It's not good. It's a pretty trash game. So I'm not at all concerned that no one plays that. I remember back in the day I used to play a lot of Call of Duty Zombies. That was my main game. And it concerned me that I didn't have anyone who played that. This should be enough of these, I think. No, no, no. I better double it up. How many of these have I got? Not many. I need more of these. More stone. More stone. But I think if back in the day I played Call of Duty Zombies as much as I used to, I would probably also really want to find people to play that. Alright, how are we going to do this? Yep. Put the whole thing in. There's a hotkey for doing this. There's even I think there's a mod that evenly spaces it. I don't know what it is. Oops! Oh, I took out all the coal. That was silly. There you go. But ideally, I think I won't stream this very much. But I think if I do want to stream it more, I'll have to find someone to play it with. I think that makes all the difference. Looks like that's all. Now we're okay. Now we've passed the I don't know what you call it, the point of the point of sort of where it rapidly gets faster. That we've just passed the early stage. Hello, Slushy. Welcome, welcome. You recognize this game, don't you? Don't you? This is Factorio, and right now it's still very early on. You will know exactly what's going on. You'll see we have built no assemblers yet, which is where you got to. We've got miners mining stuff. But how are you doing? Is your debut still on the 26th, or are you moving it further away? Or maybe that's a secret? No, why would you keep that a secret? I don't know. I'll simply do both. He'll simply do both. What did he mean by this? Karaoke on the next day. Ah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I still haven't considered trying karaoke. I'm still too nervous to try that. Perhaps you will be less nervous than me. What do I need to make a lamp? I need coal. Copper. But I'm not opposed to the idea. It sounds like it could be a neat idea. Have you done karaoke? I'm not sure if you've done karaoke before. Have you, Slushy? Once, like 9 months ago. Ah, I see. Did it go well? Did it go well? It's quite a nerve-wracking thing, I imagine. Right, let's pick up these things. I always leave the spaceship in the middle. It looks neat. I never destroy the spaceship. I'll destroy little parts of it, but I won't destroy the spaceship itself. I mean, I think I'm no good at singing. Well, I never really tried, but I think it would be fun. I don't think it'd be bad. I think I'd be alright at it, but it's the sort of, you know, it's just of all the things to stream, it's surely the sort of most nerve-wracking. I didn't build enough pipes. I still didn't build enough pipes, hang on. Delete all those. Oh yeah, I need coal. I kind of have a little bit of a sore throat. See, I was planning on debuting like a week before, but I also had a sore throat, so I didn't do it. Which may be a good thing. Maybe a good thing. It gives you more time to prepare. I have no coal. I have no coal. But I guess you're in a problem because you've put the date on. You've put the date on. You can't postpone. Or not very much anyway. That's unfortunate. But I was just saying earlier, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I was just saying earlier about plans for this game, and I think what I want to do ideally is not stream this game too much because it's hard to talk while playing it, and the only way I'd have to stream it more regularly is if I had someone else to play it with. I'd have to play it with someone else. I'd have to rope you into playing it with me. You will like the faction, you'll have fun, but who knows? Maybe distant time in the future, I'll peer pressure you into that. Yeah, it's perfectly fine for talking, probably not for singing. Yeah, I agree. It's always anything that, like, talking is always easy. I think when you speak, I think you sort of self-regulate. You know what I mean? Is there power going? What's going on? Oh, I'm not researching anything. Okay. Watch that. That. Okay. But whether it's reading, and I assume singing also, they're very different. They're very different. They're very straining on the on the throat and stuff. You can't do anything weird when you're doing that. When you have a sore throat like that. Just put the inserters in the bag, bro. Hello, medium enemy spider. Is that a reference to something? I thought it was a Minecraft reference, but I don't know of medium spiders, or enemy spiders, as opposed to non-enemy spiders in that game. Must be to a different game. I'll probably take... No, I can't take any of those. Alright, let's start building all kinds of stuff. Germa. Ah, I see. I only know Germa who plays TF2, which maybe that says how old I am. I hear he doesn't play TF2 anymore. I hear that's like ancient history. It goes all right. It's not much of a factory so far. It's very bare bones at the moment. But it is a factory. We're probably only going to play this for like up to like the unlocking of oil or something. That's probably how far we're going to get. That's frankly that's actually as far as I usually get. I'm always terrified of oil. Maybe my sense of time. Oh, is it that long ago? Well, I imagine surely he must once in a while like play TF2. It's a game he played so much, but I still, you know, it's like that had his intro. It's like hey, it's Germa here or something. I can't remember how the intro went. I remember he was he had like the I assume he still has the same logo, where it's like well, I say just oil because probably not going to play it for too long. I'm worried it's sort of, unless you're a really interesting guy, it's hard to make Factorio interesting. So I'm going to sort of get up to the point where I have to start thinking and then I'm going to run away. That's sort of the plan. Then anything beyond that, I'd have to. It's a tough game. There's probably if you probably really think about it, you could probably be more thoughtful of it. You have like a plan, a speaking plan, but streaming it's ever so difficult. It's sort of if you just play it on your own, like not streaming, you probably don't realize it, but you probably just sit there, it's complete silence, staring at the screen for 10 hours. It's just. But you can't do that on stream. You can't do it on stream. That's a disaster. I'm not keeping up with the coal. I should have made more coal snakes. But I'm near the end. I'm near the end of the burner phase, so I shouldn't worry too much about it. Yeah, it takes so much brain power. The only reason why I'm sort of is because I've done this part. I've done this part of the game so many times that I can kind of not think about it. But even then, I'm focusing and not talking much. It's very difficult. I guess the other thing that's sort of similar to that is art. I do drawing. Drawing's like my main thing. I drew this model you see right here. I drew and rigged it, and but I've done that for so long that there's no thinking involved. It's totally easy for me. But I'm not that good at Factorio. I've got maybe 500 hours in Factorio. It's not enough. Not enough. You need to have like at least like a few thousand, I think, to be at the point where you can really just yap along while playing it. Oh, I've got loads of these. Let's build more. Always need more belts. Always need more belts. Never enough. And inserters. I suppose I should chop down a few trees while I wait for the infinite block of crafting to craft. I think there is a faster strategy here where I unlocked assemblers a little while ago, and what I probably should have done is put down 2 assemblers for making green circuits and cogs and gears rather. I know a guy fares pretty well at talking and playing, but he's a pro, yeah. You've got to like have like several thousand hours, or I think one part of it is you've got to sort of have just sort of be a guy who doesn't talk much anyway, but it works for you. You know what I mean? Like some people they're just sort of naturally quite quiet, and that makes sense. But I don't think that suits me. I think if I don't talk, it's a bit boring. So I should put the effort in. Alright, what have we got any assemblers yet? No, we still don't have any assemblers. Blimey, the crafting chain is slow. We are slow. I should have built more coal. Oh well. How far away are we from those? Oh, we're near to the assembler, so I could probably start putting down... Oh, go away. That's... Alright, what have we got? Power goes down... Oh, I should... power's facing the wrong way, I should put the power go downwards. We'll just start building here, it'll be fine. 5, it's quite a lot, I suppose, although maybe some of that's a bit AFK, I'm not sure. No, I have completed the game before. But in terms of, I'd say, the point where I can sort of play it without having to think much, I can get up to like the end of the second science, and that's where it's sort of that's like my virtuosity level or something. Oh, we're out of belts. I was supposed to keep up with you. You still haven't gone. I still haven't gone past you. I haven't built a single assembly yet. I remember I watched your playthrough when you played it recently, and you got precisely up to one assembler. I will show you. I will put down one assembler, and I will be at the level you are at. Whoosh! Now I have caught up with you. This here, I don't think you got this far, but this here, well, maybe you did get this far actually. This is your. This is preparing to automate those the making of the plates rather than doing it on the belt itself. I'm going to put them over, and then we're going to replace those with the nice electric ones. But it's still very basic. We haven't automated anything properly yet. Ah, wait, one off. Slushy, have you never made a smelting array? That was for Slushy. I asked it. Well, I'll give you the secret. I'll give you the secret. These belts, if you have a belt, the belt can only hold so many items at once. It says 15 items per second on the side there. It says 15 items per second. It can't hold more items than that. That's like its limit. And when you smelt something, it smelts at a speed. I can see it on the other one actually. Yeah, it smelts like 0.31 a second. So if you were to do like a calculator and do like to figure out how many can you smelt on one belt, the number I think comes to 48 or something like that. I might be wrong. I'm gonna get a calculator right now. That's not a calculator. You know, 15. Yeah. It's 41. So you can fill up one belt with this. So what people do is people make a big stack. They make this big thing called a furnace, right? They make this big stack of these, and that makes one belt. There's a similar thing they do with the steam. You can have I think you can have 44 steam engines for the amount that you can get out of one pump or something. Or yeah, I think it's one pump. And so there's these common numbers that after you play the game you sort of remember these numbers. And I should probably add more coal in here. I have no coal. Oh, hang on, we ran out of... I should have made more... I thought I had made enough red science to finish that. Or did I? How much do I have in there? No, I didn't. Oh dear. So I'm not going to get the electric mining drill. That was poor planned on my part. I'm just going to make more. And it's going to be way at the bottom of my chain, so that was a mistake. It might be 48. It's either 48 or 44. I don't know. To be honest, the numbers don't actually matter too much. They're They're just sort of like, you want to be efficient, but really, like, I'm not gonna put down 48 furnaces. That's a lot of furnaces. I'm probably gonna put down like half as much as that. Maybe not even half. Oh, I'm running out of inventory space. What have I got clogging up? Stone. Too much stone. I can get rid of a lot of this. Nice. That's better. Now I can build more belts to get rid of even more. There we go. We're still just waiting. We're waiting on stuff crafting. So in the meantime, I will build more of these. This one will be iron. This one will be coal. And I'll drag these out longer. So theoretically, I can make it a bit longer. I should update my power system. Oh, I see you have a factory going yourself, Mr. Spider. Ah, I have lots of belt inserters I made. But I may do a little sort of a quick, probably like a one-stream playthrough of Satisfactory as well. I'm similarly quick on the early stages of that. I can get through the sort of the phase 1 of that pretty quickly. And that's all something I enjoy as well. But I never know what to do immediately after that. Once I get to phase 2, then I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Trying to increase red circuit production. Yeah, I'm terrible with red circuits. My red circuit's always a huge mess. I have a habit of putting everything all in one go instead of properly separating it. So my red circuit's always a big spaghetti mess, and then I copy and paste the spaghetti mess, and then it's very ugly. Well, there's good spaghetti and bad spaghetti. I think I'm in the camp of bad spaghetti. Where it's sort of a spaghetti that wasn't planned well. Which I mean that's spaghetti at all, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. $14, less than I thought. Less than I thought. Oh, you mean that one playthrough? $14 total. Not very many hours. My my Satisfactory, I have a lot more hours than that. I think I have. Wait, no, I've got it mixed up. I think I have 200 hours in this game, and 500 or so in Satisfactory. Let's. What are we doing? What are we doing? Building stuff. Looks like we've reached the splitters, so we're getting through our list of our crafting. We can start. We can almost make. Once, yeah, we totally messed that up. I should have built more of these red science packs, but I didn't. Oh, did you see my funny drawing? Let me show you it. I made a funny drawing. I think it was very funny. This was my funny drawing. I'm drinking blue science. I think it's blue. Alright. Now we're going to do something. We're going to do something. Hang on, I'll come back. Oh, I guess it could. It's a bit too big, I think. I think it's a bit too big. I think it was a little too big. But what we're going to do here is we'll have the coal come along this one. You should draw yourself over that picture of Anthony Mackie. I'm afraid the reference is missed on me. I don't know who Anthony Mackie is. I think that's how I want to do it. Oh, maybe I should have left more space there. I didn't think of that. Have I messed myself up here? We'll find out. Oh, this is bad. This is I haven't got much room here. Hold on. There's no way I can get the iron in there. Okay, hold on. There's got to be a way of doing this. Okay, well, we can get this one though. But these ones are a bit of a mess. Oh, I know how to do it. I know how to do it. We'll just do this. Give ourselves more room. No, it's not what we want. There we go. There we go. I made this harder for myself than it needed to be. We got our bottles of red juice. We can finally move on and get the electric drills. Should have had that like ages ago. I didn't make enough manually. There we go. But in the meantime, let's figure out how to get our other belts in there. Oh shit. That's not supposed. I was about to make two iron ones. It's not what I want. This other one's going to be a different item. There we go. All right, now we have to make a bunch of these. It's going to take a while. I suppose we could. It's not typically done, but Because we have to wait so long, I think. We could replace them all with burner ones in the meantime and then change them over later. Shit, I'm out of space. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear so much. There we go. Oh, we're going to do the same for the coal. This is definitely going to fill up our inventory. I have no idea who that is. Is that a footballer or something? Or a movie star? A singer? I'm afraid you've lost me on it. Oh, we've got a few electric ones. Ah, what am I doing? They're right next to each other. Oh, I see. He's a bit of a meme. He's a bit of a meme. But here we go. Here they come. Here they come. The iron's going down one side. So you see, I've split the belt so they only go down one side. And then here comes the coal, which goes down the other side. And like that, it's automated. I need more belts. Because I want to take some of these. I'm not going to have enough for this. I want to bring it down. Nice placement. And I want to move all this. I want that to be like this way. I have no undergrounds. Hang on. Do I not? Oh, there we go. Where my belt? I had pipes. I'm sure I had pipes. Did I put them in a box somewhere? I deleted pipes. Did I? Maybe not. Oh dear. Okay, well, no, it hasn't got any water. Crap. Oh, wait, no, I can mend this. I can be a genius. Watch this. What do I need for these? No, there's no electricity. I'm not a genius. Oh, it's so over. I'm just gonna wait. That was not well planned. I moved the power, the entirety of the power, so I don't have power. And then I realised I didn't have enough pipes to move it. So I suppose we'll catch our breath here while we wait for all this stuff to handcraft until we make a pipe. Oh, it's real toasty today. It's another hot day here in England. I mean, I suppose I could make just one. That'd be kind of messy. Let's have a go. I could do this. There we go. Now we've got electricity. I could do that. And then make a pipe. There we go. That's better. Don't know how many we need. Maybe like 10 or so. There we go. Now, put that back where it belongs. And put in the pipe. Hey, look at that. Well, we can't walk through here now. I have to build an underground pipe at some point. There we go. We've got our electricity back. And now, while we've been going, this has been going a lot, and we have now we have lots of nice plates. Not many belts though. We're running low on belts, so that's what we should make next. I don't think we can now. Oh, we can. That'll be easy to make. Okay. Before I do anything, I think I'm gonna sort of cheat that. By making gears, and then making plates. This makes plates, and this makes gears. Bring down the power. You see the you did. I don't think you got this far, Slushy. I think you was inches away from getting this far. You were sitting here doing the handcrafting of the belts, which takes a long time. But you see, to make the belt, you need some plates. You've already got the plates on the belts. You need these gears. These gears are just made from plates. So you do that, and you just sort of make this little doohickey, and now it makes it for you. And now you can do other things while they're making plates for you. That's the game. That's the game. Can I do the same for inserters? No, I can't. Inserters are a bit more complicated. I need these electronic circuits. To make those, I need some copper. That's what I need this part here for. This one here, I want to put some copper on, and we'll sort of merge them all together. Let's go find where our copper is. The copper's miles away. We only have 3 belts at the moment. But we have made some electric things, so we can do that. This is probably going to fill up, yep. Chug up our inventory with junk. Let's place all these down. Nope, I missed a spot. There we go. Now, while we've been doing that, let's see how many belts we've managed to get from the little thing making it automatically. Ooh, lots of belts, over 100 belts. Very nice. And this will just keep going forever because the supply is infinite. Well, those are still burners, so I have to change those over to the electric versions, because otherwise the coal runs out. The electric ones don't use coal. Oh, hang on, I don't want to go through there. We have to go through the forest. I don't want to go over my coal patch. That's messy. So let's chop down these trees and dig a path through the coal, through the forest. We're in quite a dense forest here. There's trees all around, so it may be in my interest to unlock grenades, some of the military science to make grenades, just so I can destroy the the trees easier. They're really easy to make grenades. They're like just, I think, iron plates and just some coal. Very easy. But they do kind of hog the coal, I think. Here we go. We dug our hole. And we want to get this to go through here. Alright, how are we doing this? Oh, hang on. There's one at least, but we want them in the other half as well. There we go. Now we've got the copper going as well. This will make us copper. I'm going to bring these down a bit further, just so I have more space to elongate them. But I'll give you a sort of so other things I want to stream. So far I've streamed art. I've streamed two kinds of art. I've streamed myself working on my comic, and I've also streamed myself just sort of drawing normally, just sort of random drawing, which I do want to do more of also. And what did I do? What did I do yesterday? I did some reading streams. I did a reading stream. I read some of Ovid's Metamorphoses, and I want to do more reading streams. Definitely want to do a bunch of those. But there's other kinds of things I want to read. I want to read through Aristotle's Metaphysics, so that's some philosophy. I want to get through more plays. I've still got more plays to get through. I don't think we've got to the. I think we got to the start of the Iliad. I think we got to. Yeah. We got halfway through the Iliad. We didn't even get to the end of the sort of. Well, okay, no, we read the Iliad on stream, but I mean the Trojan War. That's what I mean. We didn't even get to the end of the Trojan War. So I think Achilles is still alive. He hasn't died yet. And there's some plays about him. There's a plays about Ajax and all that sort of stuff, and so we've still got quite a number of plays to go through. And those are fun. Those are fun. I want to do some foreign language streams, namely Greek and Latin. But to be honest, you know, I should have a go at learning other languages as well. Like, that could be fun. Obviously, the more you spread yourself thin, the less you learn of anything. Uh-oh. Why does it say connection to chat? Why does it say connect? Okay, I connected back. Did I drop frames? No, I didn't drop frames. Scary stuff. Scary stuff. But, I'm just checking. Making sure I, it said it gave me a disconnect notice for a second there. But anyway, it's mainly Greek and Latin, of course. But I would like to learn other languages. Like, there's a few which I kind of hope are actually really basic, like ancient Egyptian and like Sumerian and stuff. The triangle one. Ir Nazir and his copper and those languages. And even though those are like, what the hell, learn ancient hieroglyphics? That sounds super complicated. Maybe. It might be complicated. But consider the age of these languages. They're really old. And really old languages are really primitive, generally. Like, they just don't... The world wasn't complicated. You didn't need complicated concepts for things. And so there wasn't a lot of words. Like, I think Gothic, like ancient Gothic, apparently only has like 2,000 words. And I guess that's its extant words. Obviously we don't know all the words. It's a lost language largely. But 2,000 words. You could learn the whole language in like a week. That's really basic. All right, I'm going to replace these with electric ones now. And then we'll be done with burners forever. I still have you. Ah, good. I was worried I had disconnected. But I'm always on the fence about learning Japanese. It's like the language for the VTubers, right? So everyone wants to learn Japanese. but I worry that if I do, then anime won't seem as cool anymore. That's my worry. Like, for example, in Naruto, the big cool fire attack is like Katon, Gyo Kaku no Jutsu or something, and it sounds really cool. It sounds really cool. But I think if you translate that to English, it's just like Great Fireball Attack, and that sounds so lame. And so I'm hesitant. Or there's another one in what's it called, in Bleach, the Byakuya guy. He's got a cool attack where it's Senbon Zakura or something. That's his name of his thing. And that sounds really cool, like Senbon Zakura. And I'm pretty sure that just means 1,000 petals, which to me still sounds kind of cool, but not as cool as Senbon Zakura. You know what I mean? I'm worried if I start learning that language, anime is going to be like, oh yeah, this is just children's cartoons. And I don't want that. I want it to still sound cool. But who knows? Who knows? You know, I have a little bit of that with Latin, where prior to learning any Latin, it sounds like a total wizard language, like I'm summoning Satan, you know. But once you know what it means, then it's not as interesting. For example, you know, like you watch like various like scenes in like some movie or something where they like summon a demon or something, and half the time they're just like reading like the Psalms from the Bible. It's just like, oh yes, and then God, he said it was good and all this, and he cast his enemies into the fire, or you know, all this sort of, and it's just the Bible. It's just the Bible. Like, that's not cool. Imagine if that was in English. It sounds way cooler if it's in. I'm resisting the urge to say nerd with you saying that anime sounds cool. I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna say, you can't be a VTuber if you don't think anime is cool. That's it. I'm gatekeeping. I'm gatekeeping. You know, I've seen so many VTubers who, like, they have literally an anime avatar and they think anime is lame. You know, now, okay, you know, okay. You don't have to watch anime. You don't have to be into anime. But you can't think anime is lame and be a VTuber. That just doesn't make sense. That's completely absurd. Yeah, I'm gatekeeping. You can't be a VTuber if you don't think anime is cool. Okay. Now here we've got to do a thing. We've got to make green circuits, and they seem really complicated. You needed the copper wires, and you need iron plates for those. Really complicated, right? But there is a sort of a not a trick, but like a well-established technique for building them, and this is it. This is it. You build this, and you have infinite circuit, and you have not infinite circuits. You have a large number of circuits, and frankly, a lot of the, I should say, being good at Factorio. It's a lot of. Oh, I ran out of inserters. 1 moment. A lot of Factorio is sort of about the game doesn't really change that much, and so it's sort of learning these sort of common formulas, you know, and you learn them naturally. Whoopsie daisy. I better bring the cables down. I really shouldn't have put the cables there. That was dumb. Well, you can think Shonen is lame. In fact, you know, I think Shonen is the coolest. I think Shonen is the best, and I believe in the rising tide theory. And this is you've entered and you've summoned me on a rabbit hole here. We're gonna go deep here. I believe in the rising tide theory. That what's it called? 1 moment, sorry, I wanna put these poles down in the right places. There we go, that's all done. No, I don't have any of these. Here we go. See? Green circuits. Okay. The how do I explain this rant? You can think shonen is lame, but who says anime as a whole is like? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Anime is like, it's like a medium. It's the medium of like, it's animation. It's the medium of animation. That's what anime is. It can literally be anything. And manga is the same. It's the medium of comic books. All right. But the reason why I think shonen is actually the best is because it's the most popular, which may sound like a bad argument, but hear me out. Hear me out. If you like his, what's her name? Arakawa, the person who makes Fullmetal Alchemist. She's currently making a manga which has been made into an anime about cows, about working on a cow farm. Pretty neat stuff, it's cute. However, no one wants to watch that. Like, relatively speaking, in like the whole thing. If you took away all other anime and you just had this one anime about working on a cow farm, no one would watch it. You wouldn't be able to make, you wouldn't make enough money to even fund its creation. And let's take away the anime, for example. Let's just go just the manga. Just the manga. You make a manga about working on a cow farm. You wouldn't, no, there wouldn't be a publisher for that. It's not enough. It's not enough because it's niche. It's niche. It's obscure. I'm not saying it's bad. It's niche. However, imagine instead you make a you make a story about like this guy who like he's like a boy but he's like a robot and he fights bad guys and he can fly. He's got like rockets in his shoes and he can like punch stuff and you know he's really cute as well. I'm talking about Astro Boy, you know, Mighty Atom. Yeah, that's popular. You could make a whole industry off of that. Absolutely, and that's exactly what happened. Astro Boy is huge, and it was so huge that it rises the tide. It rises the tide, and now you've got millions of people who want to see this stuff. They want to get this Astro Boy, and so they're buying the manga, they're watching the anime, and there's so many people, and then after they've read that, they think, I want something else. Give me more. And then so you know Tezuka, the guy who made Astro Boy, he goes and makes more stuff, and then other people say, "Oh, there's money to be made here," so they start making their own thing. You start getting all these people making it, and then people get bored of the really big stuff, and they want something more niche, you know. And they start thinking, "Oh, okay, let's make something a bit more dark." You know, you start getting what's the guy called? It begins with a G, I think. I don't know, but it spawns the Gekiga, the sort of more gritty, masculine sort of manga. And this would not have existed if it had not first come from Astro Boy. You have to have the mass, super appeal shonen thing that brings in millions of people, and then those people sort of filter out into the more niche stuff. And then eventually the niche stuff, because the big stuff is so big, like in the current day here, Demon Slayer, I forget it's Kimetsu no Yaiba, it sold like 80 million copies. Absolute phenomenon. And I think Chainsaw Man's also sold millions of copies, and that's like it's a new anime. What there was something else I was thinking of. Attack on Titan, I think, is another huge anime. That sold like 150 million copies, I think. This industry is huge. And these are the most popular things, and there's so many people who will get into this thing through these big things like Naruto or Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon or Death Note, Dragon Ball Z, and they'll get into these things through these huge series, and then they'll go and watch other stuff, and then they'll go and watch like Lucky Star or Nichi Chow or K-On! They'll go watch these like smaller titles. And then there's so many people doing that in itself becomes like its own big thing. And then you get like the cute slice of life moe genre. And then you get even more niche stuff from that. And then you start getting into like the really niche stuff. But because so many people are in this industry, because of the big things, those tiny things still make millions. That cow anime probably makes millions. It would never have made a penny. It would never even be made if it were not for the big thing. And that's why I like shonen and the popular thing, the mainstream thing. I don't call it slop. It is the giant of which we stand on its shoulders. Well, I think you're underestimating the appeal of Stardew Valley. I guess there's a bit of appeal for that sort of like rural life. I guess so. Maybe we'll see. Well, what do you mean we'll see? We have seen. It's been around. I'm living in the past. It's an old game at this point now. Yeah, maybe that is a part of its appeal. People do want that sort of farmer lifestyle experience. Well, also, the reason anime became huge was the Japanese government funding it, and using it to build soft power politically. The whole industry would not have gone off the ground without that funding. I mean, I'm sure it's gotten some funding, but it's like a cultural funding, and maybe they want some sort of soft power, but I don't know. I think Japan's soft power is more in their technology sector. You know, they're sort of like the Sony and their cars and the Toyotas and stuff. I think that's their soft power. Manga and anime, I feel like it's not had a good reputation for most of history, especially in the early days. I think, I think like Astro Boy was pretty wholesome, as well as things like Kimber the Lion and stuff like that. These were pretty wholesome, and I bet the Japanese government would want to fund that. That was like competing with Disney. But very early on, it became a sort of otaku thing. You know, once you start getting people like Go Nagai and stuff making what's that one of like the girl who fights crime naked and no one knows who she is because she wears a mask, but she's completely naked otherwise. Like, you know, that's something. That's something. All right, we've been faffing on. Let's put another box of junk down to get rid of more junk in my inventory. Alright. We need more of these. We need more of these. And more of these. Maybe more of these. Also, can I be a little mean for a second? Oh, absolutely. I always support mean. Being mean is okay. Yeah. Okay, I want to do, I think this is what I want to do. Ah, no inserters. No inserters. We're out of inserters. Oh, hang on. No, I need a bit more room here. I need more room. So I want to do this. And then this one's going to go on that side, so I need... Why is that not turning? There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Will this work? No. Okay. There we go. My real rant, which I'll try not to be too ranty about it, or if I do, I should always be positive. The real sort of topic I often rant about is not you pretending to 3-to-2. You pretending the 3-to-2 direct insertion setup for the Green Circus as if it was a big thing. Feels like a kid excitedly talking about to a paleontologist about dinosaurs. We all know there's a... Okay. Most people who played like any hours of Factorio know the design very well. I was sort of thinking of anyone who maybe... I think Slushy was here earlier, who has not seen this. And it's a good representation of what Factorio is all about. Or what it can be all about. Is that it can be all about sort of these sort of neat little... You can almost view them as like black box designs where copper and iron goes in, green circuits come out. And you can almost forget how this goes. You can sort of like make boom, 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 that, and it goes. It's sort of, you know, it's not at all trivial. Where did I put all my tree trunks, all my wood in a box somewhere. Where did it go? Yeah, but there are more interestingly complex designs. I think there's a neat design for. Also, dude, why are you handcrafting green circuits now? You have them on a belt. Am I? Oh, well, my thing is way out of date. My thing is out of date. I ran out of inserters, so I'm starting a belt now, and I haven't got any. I haven't got any inserters. There you go. I don't think I've unlocked fast inserters yet either. No, I haven't. So we're inherently limited in that. Let's see. How do we want to do this? Now, how do I order this usually? It probably doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll leave it. We'll mix up the iron belt with some steel much later on. But I think for now, where do we want to direct this little mall? I think we'll just. Is there trees here? There's not many trees here, so we'll build it right here. How many inserters do we have? What goes on our belt? Hang on. Shit, we can do this better. There we go. One of these days I'll look up a design for doing yeah, so I think that's it. Oh no, we're gonna have those on that. Oh bugger. Should probably put it the other way around. Yeah, we're making belts, so we don't need any more than that. What do these need? These need plates. Also need plates. No, those don't need that. Those need that. Those need that. We haven't powered any of this up. I better check the power. We may be running a. You want to do a mall design? One of these days I'll like have like a proper mall design, but I just sort of wing it every time. You know, one of these days there's a neat sort of formula for having belts, and then immediately transition into their sort of splitters and undergrounds, and then even into red belts and blue belts. One of these days I'll sit down and figure out how to make that, but I always avoid Googling it, because for me that ruins the fun. That's no fun. It's learning it yourself is the fun. If you just copy it, then it's like using a guide. But alright, I can probably get rid of that other belt inserter now. Don't need that. We don't need that many belts. Oh, I gotta remember, I've gotta. I do want to. Doing a proper mall design is so much work. Yeah, it's no. I don't want to see sort of other people's designs. Why is there not building anything? What am I missing? Oh no, it's working. Okay. All right. Let's see. We want that many splitters, that many inserters, That many of those, that many of those, and that many of those. Alright, let's do another lane. Let's do another lane. What goes on this lane? Let's put these down before we run out of these. I always make that mistake. I build assemblers far too late and then I run out of them, and I'm almost about to run out of boxes, so I should do those next. What else do we want? Miners. Oh, I think I automated power poles. I did. Wonderful. Clever me. I often automate those a bit too late also. How many of these do we want to make? Very few of these. What do they stack to? 50? 50. Yeah, well, 50 is enough. What do these stack to? 50, yeah, okay. There was something complicated I want to make. What was it? It took me days of work. One of these days I want to sort of sit down and think of like the super spaghetti thing. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Let's actually I'll tell you what, let's detour for a little bit and make some science. I always forget to make science early on, so I will make science earlier on this time. Especially since we haven't even got logistics science yet, and I don't want to handcraft any more what's it called, things. Oh, we really don't have much much iron. May have to already make that a bit bigger. I don't think you're able to decipher it, but I saw a picture of it. Maybe. Hello again, Slushy. I believe it has almost certainly gone well past what you're familiar with now, Slushy. We've got what's called here a mall, which as the name suggests it's like a shopping mall. It's where you get your items from, and many of these are made from the same. Oh, I see. What are you studying? Computer stuff? I am IT stuff, right? Alright, what am I doing here? I don't need this. I need this to be done this far. Somewhere. Oh, there go all my inserters. But here, this is what they call a mall, where it's like a shopping mall and where you get all your items from. Because most of the buildings, from belts to inserters, assembling machines, or pipes and stuff, they're all made from the same 3 items. You can get like 90% of the items in the game by just those few items. So you just put a big line, you put assemblers going off all of them, and it makes all the items. Very handy, very handy. Oh, I bet you're trying to do both at the same time. I bet that's it's quite a doozy. All right. That was the last of my assemblers. Oh, this is a bit messy. cutting into my the space I had allocated for doing a thing, doing my furnace stack. But oh well. Let's go get more inserters. This here is another one of those sort of common builds, and there's much nicer ways to build this. I'm pretty sure what I'm building here is considered a not very good design, but it works. It works. It's just red science. But with red science here, these what's actually called automation science, the red juice. You need one assembler for the gears, and then 10 assemblers for these, and then the rest is just copper. Why isn't this working? What have I done wrong? Oh, these aren't facing the right way. My mistake. There we go. And I really, I should have mixed these up. One moment. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All right. Let's now we're going to decide where we want to build the science. Where should we build the science? We have the mall going along here. Probably more science down here. We'll build the science in this sort of block here. That's a good idea. Right here. We'll have a bell going to it. Ah! One off. Did not line up. But it sounds like you've had a really busy time, Slushy, studying and preparing for stream stuff. There we go. I don't think I'll do anything. Maybe we might change this later. How are we doing for power anyway? Oh, we got to expand our power. Also, I don't think we've got coal going to the power. Oh, we do have coal going to the power. $50? I'm not going to do that. Okay. How many? We've got plenty of burners. We're just going to wait a little while these things handcraft. I'd be doing a lot better on both if I didn't procrastinate. I suppose that's the answer of a lot of things. we have so many hours in a day. It's actually quite shocking, but we waste them all. We really do. The science is moving along. Oh, I need to add polls for that. There we go. Science is better. There we go. I always forget logistics science. It's Okay, this is bad form. This is bad form, but I'm gonna put them on the mall. I'm gonna put them on the mall. The reason this is bad form is because putting science on the mall means you're potentially infinitely taking away resources for something that's not actually building anything. But I've already got the things here, so we're going to do it anyway. Alright, there's a clever way of doing this. It's a clever way. We've really got no iron. Hold on. We should do that first. Otherwise it's going to be very slow. We need more iron going through. What's backing up? These are actually quite a lot at the moment. It's just we just don't have enough furnaces. So we're just going to expand that a bit. And this is where this was a bad idea. There we go. Oh, I ran out of inserters. Oh, we got the quick inserters. I'll build those in a moment. And steel. We'll do steel a bit later as well. Plop that down. And this will give us a bit more iron, but we will need to expand that thing. How many do we have here? What's the number here? We got 44. Okay, tell you what, I'm gonna add a couple, just a few more, just to complete the stack. I could have sworn it was longer. I'm always thinking of the electric version, but that there is a full furnace stack. That's about as much as you can get. But there's not nearly enough furnaces here to supply that. Now we're going to run out of thing. How many do we have? We have 18. We could fit almost double that. So let's do that. And equally, there's always cleaner ways of doing this. How many is that now? 34, that's too many actually. You can fit 30 on one belt, I'm pretty sure. That will fill one belt. We can be really slow on the copper for a long time. It's not until much later that you need more copper. In fact, I think they might still be on no, they're on electric. They're on electric. I think. I hope they are. They better be. But now, I want to try a new design idea I had for this with my non-existent symbols. I want to try a new design I had for this. I'm just going to do it over here so I get the placement right. That's cool. You remember how many fill a belt? Indeed, indeed. This is what I wanted to try. And why was I doing this? Ah, I remember now. You see, these need a lot of gears. I don't want to use all the gears in my thing, so I'm going to make fresh gears, and I'm just going to stick them in there. And then these are going to go into a belt in the middle. I need to move these one step closer in that case. Yeah, and then these will be the green circuits. I'm going to try this. This is what I'm going to try. Next, I'm just going to copy and paste it. Hang on, I can't copy and paste it just yet. Oh, is it only iron? I could have sworn it was... hang on, no, this one here needs green circuits. They've got to come down from there. This one here needs these. This one here also needs these. I didn't think this through as well as I thought. I thought I had a genius plan for this. I might actually. Hang on. I may actually have a genius plan. I'm just sort of making this up as I go along. Wait, no, I can do this. I can do this better. Go like that. Because these are also that. They can go across like that. Let's see. The iron's all going there, but I've got to get this one right here needs green circuits. So I'll just drag those from there. This'll work. This'll work. Let's copy and paste this. Put it right here. We'll see how this goes. It's a bit messy, but you'll see. Maybe we'll see if it works. I can delete this one now. Actually, while I'm waiting, research all the other bits. Okay, we want that going on there. On this one here, how do we do this? Right, filter. Sockets, wrong way. We want only things on there. Okay. I assume it doesn't need very much of those. Okay. We're out of conveyors, out of inserters again. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that there, that there, that there, that there. Yes. This one here also needs these from there, but it also needs to reach over and grab one from there. Is it working? Is it going to work? Have I done it right? We want to see... Yeah, inserters and belts. That's exactly what we wanted. Because those are the recipes for making green sides. I think that's the right number. Is it 12 or is it 24? I think it's 24. The ratio for these is huge. But Slushy, I do. Oh, I guess you're so busy these days. But at some point, I do want to try to sort of like not as a stream, or maybe you do want it as a stream. But rope you into playing it for like an hour. Are you because I think the last time you played it, you were on the cusp. You were on the cusp of getting addicted. I promise you. Yeah, I'm going really fast. In this stream here, I'm going really fast. But I wouldn't do that with you. I wouldn't be so mean. And I would let you learn it. Ah, these are very messy power lines. I'm absolutely my eyesight is not good enough to see the power lines, therefore I don't care how they look. Right, let's see. There we go, and that's green science then. We probably ought to made a... Ah, we've made a big mistake. Actually, no, we haven't. No, we haven't. Never mind. No, I thought we made a big mistake, but we had not. I was being dramatic. I thought I'd left myself not enough room to build more here, but I've got plenty of room. Here we go. Now we have both the red juice and the green juice going in. They go straight to the labs, which I can. Can I expand? Maybe. Yes, I probably can. I actually need to move these power poles. They're in not good places. Wait a minute, what am I doing? Do I have room to put an inserter here? Why have I no inserters again? Come on now. Come on now. Yeah, loud. Yeah, that works. Nice, nice. And then we would we'll start making other stuff. But we're near the end of the stream here. How long has this taken me? Almost 2 hours. I think that's my best run yet, especially since I kind of stopped for 10 minutes. But I've gone to. I can get this far in the game. I can get this far in the game now without thinking. That's how good I am now. I had to do a little bit of thinking here, but the last playthrough I did, I almost got to this point. So I didn't have. Oops. What am I doing? Yeah. I didn't have these two assemblers here making circuits. I was just using the circuits from them all. But that wasn't enough. The throughput wasn't enough. So I want these here to direct insert. These aren't actually fast enough. I need to make these faster inserters, but this is a really clean design. It's all like in one nice little line. That's always what you want. It makes them look nice. You don't want the spaghetti. But we're now making a bunch of other stuff, and we'd have to go make another furnace stack and to turn iron into steel. So actually, you'd want to make 2 furnace stacks, or you could make a sort of direct insertion furnace stacks where instead of going for that, you just go from like you go to 1 to 1 to 1, and then it would go like that. And bit too complicated, but the point is, we've reached the point where I said I was going to get to. I was going to get just up to the point where we could start making glue science. We've reached that point. I've had enough. We're done. But I will hang around a little bit longer, just to sort of collect my thoughts. And we won't continue this world, I'm afraid. We won't continue this world because I'm not planning on becoming a Factorio streamer. Because it's too boring, and I'm not good enough at it yet. I need like a. Not like an action plan, but like a plan. I need to like think of strategies to make it interesting. One strategy is to play with other people. That's like immediately super interesting. Then one of you can think, the other yaps, and you sort of naturally have this like ebb and flow. It's great. It's great. As well as like you're working together. So even when you're thinking, you don't think out loud because you're like talking to the other person. That's like way more interesting. Whenever I watch a lot of Factorio and Satisfactory streams on Twitch. And the ones that are the most interesting are ones where people are in the early game, so things are kind of moving fast, and the people who are new to the game, and they're typically like variety stream VTubers, so they're not sort of boring factory streamers. They're really interesting guys. And sorry to any Factorio boring people, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And that's really exciting. That's really exciting. Satisfactory is often the more exciting to watch one. One, because it's visually more interesting, but the other thing is that it's got more stuff in it that isn't the factory. You can spend a lot of time building a really nice building that's just cosmetic, and that's almost like watching Minecraft. Then you can go like exploring and killing the animals and stuff, and that's like it's like an FPS game. It's totally different. And also, that one too is more interesting with multiple players. In fact, I'm actually really sad. I'm actually really sad because I was watching some other people. It was a trio of people, 3 people, who were playing Satisfactory together. They had like a weekly collab going, and they got like halfway through the game, and then they just stopped. I guess they got bored or something, but it was a real shame because I really enjoyed it. They had good chemistry. They were new to the game, but they weren't dumb. They had played Factorio before, and so they kind of knew the genre, and so they were able to like make good progress while still chatting, and you know, it was really, really cool. But they I think they've gone on a, only one of them's even still streaming anymore. So just the life expectancy of a VTuber is minuscule. It's absolutely minuscule. But where we would go from here, if I did continue this, and I don't think I will. I don't think I will because I want to do other things. I'm gonna mix it up. I'll see what I want to do. But where I would go from here is you would next make this blue science here. It's chemical science, and to do this you have to get into the whole oil thing, and there's all fluids, and you have to like make these. You have to make these red circuits, and I'm only barely alive. I've only been alive again for like 3 days, so I was dead for like a year. So you know, even I barely survived. But you'd have to get into like, you've got these like engine units. These are kind of a pain to make, and then you have to start making like plastic and these sort of sulfur and these circuits, and it's a whole thing. And that makes the blue science. The blue science is where the game really kicks in. You know, then you start unlocking. What do you unlock then? You know, you start getting like you get these more advanced furnaces that don't need coal anymore. They're just pure electric. So much nicer. What else do you get? But there's probably other stuff in that I can't see. But you know, and then you go further on in the game, and then you start getting flying robots, and you don't even need belts anymore. Or you should still use belts, but you know, you can have robots take items from chest to chest and do it all automatically like that. Very, very cool stuff. You can get a car, you can get trains. I really like the trains. I'm a big fan of the trains. They're difficult. They're kind of like tricky to figure out, but they're really cool. Really cool. What else do you get? The inserters get better. You get solar panels and stuff, and it really like the speed really increases. You get the belts go like super fast. They carry like loads of items, and then eventually like you build a rocket and you leave and you win the game, and that's it. And it gets really really cool. In fact, before I leave, let me save this game. What are we going to call this? I'm going to my naming schemes for world for Factorio are really boring. I just call it world, the year, the month, the day, and all my worlds are like this. But let me show you some of my other worlds. Where's one that I finished the game? Here we go. Let's have a look. Let's see what this one's like. What is this one? This is one, I think, does this have biters on? This is one with biters on. So this was a really cool world, I think. I can probably just, yeah, I can zoom in on this. Where did we start? Do I have my starter base here? I don't even know. I can't even tell. It gets real messy. It gets real messy. Especially if you're playing with the biters on. Can I see any? Can I see any? I don't think I can. I think they're all pretty far away. You should give them unique names like penis. Yes, unique names like penis. But when you're playing with the biters on, and you're familiar with the biters, I'm pretty sure, they'll attack your build. If you build something, it creates pollution, and then the biters they come and attack that, and then they'll destroy your base. So it's this constant fight. So you have to build walls, and I've got these flamethrower turrets here, and they defend my base. And you see these. No, I don't think there are any visible. I don't think there are. There's dead ones visible on the right, in the middle. No, I think these are rocks. You can see them. They appear as red dots on the map, on the mini-map. And there would be red dots in this middle part if there were. Let's see, where would there be dead ones? They may have despawned because I've just loaded this map. Zoom out. No, I'm pretty sure there's none. Oh, wait, no, you're completely right. You're completely right. Sorry, I doubted it. I thought you was looking at rocks. But indeed, yes, there's some biters here. And they will attack this base. I'm not playing this map anymore, but yeah, this is a vulnerability here. There's no turrets here. They'll just destroy these walls and they'll come after me. But yeah, when you build with balls, you produce pollution in like a cloud. It's like a cloud that disperses out. And so you want to be as close together as possible, so you're in your little cloud, and you keep spreading out, and you'll spread bigger. So you build a wall around yourself, and you build really tight. Here's the mall I made for this one. This is like a real snaky thing, and it goes through and it builds all the little things. Oh, it's nighttime at the moment, you can't see anything, but you can see on the mini map it shows all the individual items, and we've got all the sort of the steel being made, and lots and lots of belts, and they make all kinds of complicated things. And to be honest, this is a bad base. It's very messy, very inefficient, but it did indeed make the rocket. The rocket is the win state of the game. You see more of these green circuit things here. I've made loads here, and there's probably even more elsewhere. Somewhere. Yeah, it looks like you've extended outside the base for more power. You're gonna have lots of power always. But yeah, that's like it's a fun game. It's a fun game, and it's a fun game. It's a fun game. I think we've I want to go another 10 minutes if I can, but because I want to hit the two hour mark, because that looks better than the 1 hour 50 mark. So I'll show off a couple other bases. What have I got before? Do I have my first base? I think this is my first base, or at least it's the oldest one I have on this computer. Okay. It's not very big. This is my last base, and there's no radar coverage here, so you can't see what's under here. But there's not much to see. This looks like here we go. So you just saw me in the one we were playing earlier. I was making those the green science here, and I said it needed these belts and these inserters, and but they also needed this. And this is like an attempt at it that's really messy. It's really messy, and I don't know the ratios either. So I've only got one of these. I could have 24 of these. But that's pretty amusing. That's pretty amusing. Do you like puzzles and riddles and codes? Actually, no, not really. It's like a mindset thing. You have to be willing for the challenge, and I'm so often not willing for the challenge. Whenever I encounter a puzzle, I get frustrated at it. Like, you know those 3D puzzles, like a Rubik's Cube, but then there's also like the wooden ones where you've got to get the thing to come apart and go back together, and it's like a interlock, or like, you know, like the metal hoops, like the chain. You got to get the chain, and those kind of puzzles. They frustrate me to no end. You know, I get frustrated because it seems so simple. It seems so simple, and I can't do it. You'll spend hours trying to figure it out, and I can never do it, and it frustrates me. But I think it's a mindset thing. I think it's a mindset thing where you have to Oh, this is cute. This is cute. Like I'm learning. You can see, look, this one here, it's the same thing. Where is it? It's the same thing as this one here. It's making the green circuits, but it's like I've learned. I've made them a bit better. It's like a bit more cleaner, and it makes it, and then you can see I copied and pasted it twice, so I doubled my output. And I think I did the same thing for the red. That's very, very cool. I think this was the first base that I got really far on. I didn't complete the game. I got close, but I didn't complete the game. But I got, and you can see, look, I've got the robots. Okay, less like that, more like deciphering codes. So I haven't done it very much, but I'm not very good at it. I think I did one in RuneScape once. There was like a code you had to do in RuneScape, and I think I did that by hand or this, but that was many years ago. Maybe I'd enjoy it. I really don't know. There's a game developer called Zachtronics that makes a lot of games that are like, how would you describe them? I don't know what kind of style of puzzle they are, but they're puzzle games. Like Opus Magnum, you've most likely heard of that one, where it's like you've got like the circle things, and you have to make the mechanism that makes the alchemical thing. I want to try that one day. There we go. These are the bots. And these make it so you don't even need belts anymore. You have a bot that requests items, and you can say, okay, it wants iron gears, and it'll go get iron gears from another assembler making iron gears, and you can just do the whole thing through these bots. and that's really cool. I pressed Alt. Yeah, I press Alt. It shows you what it's making. So it's making all these different items. And these here are solar panels. These make power. You just plop one down and it makes power. No steam power. But you need a lot of them. You need a whole field of solar panels. What's down here? I think this is my starter base. I think this may have been the starter base. Or no. Somewhere around here it would be the starter base. And this is my my mall, which I was making the shopping mall in the one we was playing before, and it was really neat and tidy. This one's not so neat and tidy. And you can see some things here I'm doing wrong. For example, I've got loads of assemblers constantly making circuits, which means I also need them making copper cables. So I've just got them everywhere because I don't have them on a single belt. I could have them on a single belt and it'd be way better. Ah, this is interesting. I was learning how the belts work. And this was like an experiment. See, okay, how does it go, and all kinds of stuff, trying to figure out the game mechanics. Very, very cool. But I do want to, one of these days I would like to try Opus Magnum. I think that would be like the first venture into sort of the puzzle game genre. I think that would be like a good starting place. I remember this base. This was good times. I don't see a bus. Ah, no, this is it's hardly even a bus. They call it a bus, where it's a big long line of belts, and it's the bus, like an electrical bus. I remember there were two people I was playing. I was in a Discord call with and they told me that I'd made a big mistake here, but they wouldn't tell me what it was because I asked not to be spoiled. And now that I've played the game for quite a bit longer, I wonder what that mistake was. They said this is a good start, but you've made a mistake here. What was it? What was the mistake I made? I can't figure it out. I don't know what my mistake was. Was my bus not big enough? That's the best thing I can think of. The bigger you make the bus, like wider, with more belts on it, the more bigger you can make your base. You can fit more stuff in it. You could argue that this big cluster, this is a mistake. This is spaghetti. This is spaghetti. Maybe that's a mistake. I made a mistake of having spaghetti here. I should not have done this. Maybe that was a mistake. As you can see, it's a lot clearer. It's clean. Here at the bottom, it's clean, but once you get up here, it's not so clean, and it gets messier and messier. And I seem to have recovered it here. I wonder. Here's one I was playing 3 weeks ago by the thing of it. This will be the last one I show. And this, but on the surface, this looks like super organized, and it is. But I did make a mistake. I haven't got enough control for the throughput. But it's all sort of neat and tidy, where everything is on its like own train line. It's in this block. This is what they call a city block design, where you build everything and then you take it off a train and then put it back on a train. And it was the start of the base here, which looks pretty standard. But alright, we've reached the end. It was a bit of fun. It was a bit of fun. You know, it's a fun game. I almost certainly will stream it again, and I may even do like a proper playthrough where I go, you know, right through to the end. But I need a strategy for it. I need a strategy for it to make it interesting. I don't want to. The last time I streamed, it was with Satisfactory, and I was just. I wasn't talking at all. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be a performer. I don't want to. I don't want to be popular in that sort of way. I want to just sort of be myself. I view this almost like you've come to hang out with me. That's what I want. And you don't have to talk much to hang out. But you can't be boring. I got to be an interesting friend. You know, I had a thought. I had a thought the other day. You know, where I was thinking, because I've only just recently come back to streaming, and I want to stay on the right path, not be distracted by all the other paths. And what I've got is a note to myself, and I'm here for fun. For fun is the only worthwhile thing to gain from this. Everything else corrupts that fun. It's like hanging out with your friends in an old MMO, where there is nothing to gain but fun. And what more could you ever want than that? Surely that is the best thing. I think there's a lot of truth in that. I think a lot of VTubers, they don't know what they're missing. They don't know what they're missing. And what they seek, they don't know what they're seeking. But I'll see you another time. Thanks for watching. Ah, hello Billy, you showed up too late, you showed up right at the end. We were just playing Factorio. Or maybe you were here earlier and you were being quiet, who knows? Explode, whose emotes are those? Bryant, I've never heard of Bryant. But since I was playing Factorio, I assume there's no one here. There is no one here. Not enough people to do a raid and look cool. You know, if you do a raid, you've got to look cool. You've got to be the cool person doing the raid. So I will just end it. Alright, thanks for watching. Still, note to self, make